back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. I keep getting inspired to do these new videos working on this Roadrunner, and I feel like this will help a lot of people out there that are kind of new to Mopars and they're not really sure, you know, what's going on. They go to a parts store somewhere and they order a distributor for their car, and they don't know any better, and the people at the parts store ask them, what size engine you got, and they say, I don't, it's a big block Mopar. So they get you one ordered. And you may get one like this. Spectra, whatever you call it. CH14. You can order that. It is, if you look up the part number, it actually says it is for a 7.2 liter from like 73 to 85 or so, or whatever. 73 to 80, we'll say. This won't work in a 383. A 383 is a B engine. So you have the B, 383 and 400, and you have an RB, which is 413, a 426 wedge, and a 440. What's that number? So RB, think of raised block, a little bit taller deck. You can tell the difference because an RB block will have a pad right there where I'm pointing. It'll be about that long, and on that pad it'll have a number stamped. Most of the time it'll say 440 or 413. I've never seen a 426 wedge in something that wasn't a show car, so you probably won't see one of those. This video is kind of about Mopar Distributors. I just wanted to go real quickly, show you the length on these. So this video is just real quick about the length on these shafts. This is the 440 distributor. That 440 distributor, the shaft is about 4 inches. So I can go here, about 4 inches, maybe slightly longer, 4 1/8. Okay, so that is the 440 distributor for sure. This is the 383 distributor, 383 and 400. Notice that shaft's much shorter, and just eyeballing it very quickly, that's about 3 1/2. So I can go that way, about 3 1/2, maybe 3 5/8. Okay, this one actually came from FBO, 4 seconds flat. I got on the phone with Mr. Don and he sent me one, but before he sent it to me, he asked me all the specs about this car, cam, intake, carb size, stall converter size, rear gear, basically everything you could ask, and they've set this up for you. So you'll see on this tag, this one is labeled 1634 3200, and the cam duration at 50. But basically what they did, I'll pop this off, they give you a quality cap, right, with some copper electrodes inside, a nice rotor. They went ahead and put their plate inside of there. So let me spin this, maybe you can see through the hole. See the plate? And they go ahead and put their springs inside of it also, set up for your vehicle. And besides that, they send you the other springs in a kit with it. So you can buy just this kit. So it would look like this. There's that kit of springs. This is actually bushings. I'll show you that later. There's that limiter plate. I'll do a video install of this on my Dart Sport distributor. But basically, if you went to 0, you would lock out your distributor. Then you can do 10 degrees advance, 12, 14, 16, or 18. So in this distributor, they chose to go with 16 degrees of advance. I'm assuming the 34 means it would be 34 all in at 3,200 RPM. If you got any questions, give them a call. Mr. Don Gould at FBO. Anyway, this is a 383 distributor. It has the shorter shaft. Let me show you what not to buy. And a lot of people already have, but we learned our lesson on the red sled with this one. This was an HEI off of eBay special, and you can see I've actually robbed the module off of it. We were able to reuse the module. The distributor itself, it kept advancing as it spun. The more you spun it, the more it would advance. So I took it apart and looked. I couldn't find any way to limit it or lock it out or anything like that. I don't recommend buying this $100 distributor, or maybe it's 80 bucks, I don't remember. But it's supposed to come, you hook up one hot wire and it goes. Well, I've showed you a better kit than that. I'll show you the length on this too. There it is. So this was in a 360. The length is very close to the other. See, it's just under 4 inches. So we know this one would work in a 360. It's just under 4 inches on it. I'll show you the difference in. So this is that 440 one. See, that's actually a 440 distributor also. This was out of an old race car. It's a 440 distributor. It's the same as that Spectra. But I'll show you the main difference in the B distributor, 383 versus a 440. You can see the shaft difference there. So I would call that almost 3/4 inch. I haven't measured it totally, but this distributor will work nicely and drop in. If you need a distributor, I would definitely call FBO and get one. This is what they call their as cast. So you can buy a billet distributor from them. They cost a little more money. So if you have a racing application, you can do that. They also have a vacuum canister that will work with 5 inches of vacuum versus this one that is probably 12 to 15. And I'm just going to set this up real quick and show you how a vacuum advance works while we're here. Quickly, I have the magnetic pickup lined up with one of the teeth, and I just have a simple vacuum pump here, so hand pump. And I'm going to get you close up so you can see what happens. So as I pump this, go and watch it. There's just a slight bit of movement off center of that. There you go. So as I release it, see it line back up. Sorry, my camera's so shaky. So let me try it again from here. So that's about 9. There we go. So I'm just over 10 there, and you see the movement. And I'll release the pressure on this. That's it. So that vacuum advance will advance. Whenever you decelerate, let off the throttle, you have vacuum again. So having that canister that will do 5 pounds will work nicely for big cammed engines that don't produce a lot of vacuum. You can still have a vacuum advance running on the street, and it helped clean up that idle some for you. These are just suggestions. I would check out FBO, check out 4 seconds flat if you haven't already. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in the Roadrunner, and I'll catch y'all next time. So thank you for watching. I'm just Mopar Joe. See you next time.